Yo, what is up, AD team? Austin Dunham back again with another video. So before I even get into this video, I gotta address a few things. And the first one is thank you guys so much for 900,000 subscribers. I've been looking at this YouTube thing for like 5 years now. You know, every single milestone, I gotta say thank you guys. Usually I do some sort of challenge for, the past few years, but this one, I'm just gonna chill out. I'm gonna wait till I hit that 1 million milestone. Hopefully we get it by 2021. So keep telling your friends, keep sharing the videos. And like I said, thank you guys so much if you have been watching me and supporting throughout the years. And the second thing, the date that I'm filming this video is actually September 1st, 2020. Now, if you've been following me, you should know that this is my training anniversary date, which means that I've been officially training for 6 years now. September 1st, 2014, which is actually tatted on my arm right here, is the day that I told myself I was gonna be consistent with calisthenics. I'm gonna not look back. I'm not gonna be on and off like I have been with weightlifting the past few years before that. I'm gonna actually stick to it, and I help myself accountable by showcasing my progress and giving tips and tricks to you guys through social media such as IG and, as you see here, YouTube. So with that being said, in this video, I'm gonna discuss with you the 6 things I've learned in these 6 years of training. And these things are just some stuff I thought about to myself. Some things I wish I could have told myself at the beginning when I first started. And I figure it will be, a bit more valuable than just doing another transformation video. So the first thing I learned throughout these 6 years is that the first 2 to 3 years of training are the most important because it's gonna set your foundation and your base for the years to come. So a lot of people, know that I mix different training styles than just calisthenics now. But the first 2 to 3 years, I only and solely did bodyweight training to the point where I got really, really good at it pretty fast, right? And with that being said, the reason I'm able to go on and do other stuff and mix other different training styles and maintain my bodyweight strength is because I set that foundation so strong at the beginning of those early training years. So I say that to say that if you're at the beginning of your journey, let's say the year 1, year 2, even year 3, then realize that those are the most important years, and you really, really want to set yourself a good base, a good foundation in whatever you want to get better at. So if you're trying to get better at calisthenics, then go all in on calisthenics and the basics and learning all that stuff for the next few years. The second thing I learned in these 6 years is that bodyweight strength stays with you. And this is going on from my first point. And I've realized that in about the 4th or 5th year of training, I realized that once I've learned a skill, let's say a handstand for example, I can go months without doing a handstand and I can still do it. Maybe it's just me, I don't know, maybe I'm gifted. Human flag, another thing, never trained human flag, but since I've set my foundation so strong, I can go back to the human flag and probably still be able to do it given all my other factors are the same, such as my weight and stuff like that. And honestly, realizing that is the beauty of bodyweight strength and bodyweight training. It's like your tendons and your joints just remember the movements. You learn the muscle up and you do it for a good 3 months, 6 months to a year. You don't have to do a muscle up for the next year. I guarantee you, your body will still be able to do it. So I say that to say, you guys should get good at bodyweight training. I've been preaching this for years, but just know that bodyweight strength is gonna stay with you the bigger you set your foundation. And that's kind of something, I've learned over time through experience. So let's move on to the third point. And this is something I've told myself, is that it is okay to branch out and do other things. Because guys, whenever we discover something new, we get all into it, right? And calisthenics and the bodyweight community is almost cult-like, to the point where if I post something, let's say I posted me doing lateral raises or an incline press on my story, sometimes I would actually get hate from other people saying, Austin, why are you doing other styles of training? They almost feel like I'm betraying the community because I branched out. And that's not the case, guys. Remember how I said that bodyweight strength stays with you? And once you do set that strong foundation, it's okay to branch out. And believe it or not, you watching this, whoever you are, let's say you're so into calisthenics right now, I guarantee you 4 to 5 years from now, you're gonna wanna mix other different styles of training to what you're already doing. It's just a natural habit to evolve and do something else. Almost nobody stays the same and does the same thing forever. I know it seems like that is impossible now, but I'm telling you, you are gonna branch out. And when you do, come back to this video and say, yo, Austin, you speaking in September 2020, you were right. You were right. Now, the only reason why you wouldn't branch out is because you're limited to, circumstances or environmental factors, such as you don't have access to a gym, you can only do calisthenics. Let's say you're in permanent quarantine the rest of your life. In that case, you probably won't branch out. But if you're given all the resources to do so, I guarantee you, once you hit your certain goals in this niche of calisthenics, you're gonna wanna do other stuff. Like I got friends who are bench pressing now because they wanna hit a heavy bench, but they're still good at push-ups and all that other stuff. Me, for example, I can do one-arm pull-ups, but now I'm starting to do more reverse grip lat pull downs because I wanna work the lower part of my lats more that the normal pull-up doesn't target. So just little stuff like that. All right, point number 4 is that programming is just as important for the advanced trainee, just as it is a beginner. If anything, I would say it is more important as you start to progress through these years. And the reason why I say that is because as a beginner, you can almost do anything and see results, believe it or not. Like, you could throw any program at you, as long as you're eating right, decent, not even right, decent, and you're training, you're gonna get bigger, you're gonna get stronger, it's inevitable. But once you reach the point of advanced intermediate to advanced training, let's say you've been training 3-4 plus years, you're gonna have to be that much more dialed into your training if you wanna see results. And that's something you don't realize because throughout the years, a lot of people tend to get complacent in their training, just doing the same thing day in, day out. But there are actually pretty dope advanced training strategies that you probably won't never need until a few years from now. But through research and me discovering that made me realize that the more advanced you gotta be even more dialed in because it's just that much harder to see progress. As a beginner, you see the progress within the days to weeks, but as an advanced training, you start to see progress within the 6 months, the quarters, the years even. All right, point number 5 is that one of the things I've learned is what is easy to me is still considered impressive by the general society. I remember when I was training my handstand 4 or 5 years ago, just doing wall handstands, people thought that was impressive in the gym. I literally had girls and people recording me on the Snapchat when I wasn't looking of me upside down on the wall. And guess what? Even though calisthenics has gotten more popular throughout the years, it is still considered impressive wherever you go. And that goes to show just the progression of calisthenics to the general population, in my opinion, in America at least. It's still not that popular. So if you guys are feeling that, it's saturated, a lot of people are doing it, trust me, a lot of people are not doing it. In the gym, I can guarantee you, I'm the only person training handstand push-ups. I'm the only person who can probably do a muscle up. Out of the gym, let's say 500 people are in the gym, probably 20 people can do muscle up for above 2 reps. It's really not that popular. So, I say this to motivate you to keep training with it and to show you that just the easy stuff people find impressive, which kind of blows my mind, given 2020. I thought it would have progressed a bit further by now, but I guess it hasn't. And the final point, number 6 thing that I've learned within these 6 years of training is that there is no right way to progress towards a certain goal. Everybody has their own certain thing of progressing towards it. And as long as you stay consistent and kind of evaluate your progress and adjust, you're gonna be able to reach that goal no matter the circumstance. Example is, what's a skill? A planche, holding a static planche, full planche, straddle planche, wherever for a certain amount of time. Person A might use bands, might use tuck planche push-ups to achieve that goal, and that's how they tell you should achieve it. So you're like, okay, let me do that. But guess what? Person B achieved the same goal, but they never used bands. They never did tuck planche push-ups. All they did was static and dynamic movements for a few years to reach that certain point. And I go to show you that because I feel like a lot of people analyze a whole bunch of people's videos, my videos, Daniel's videos, this other person's videos and try and figure out what is the best way to work towards something, like what is the best progression. And that, through that, what tends to happen is something called analysis paralysis, where you have just so much information that you don't know what you should work towards or what you should do, and you kind of get confused, and then you end up just doing nothing at all because you don't know the right way to go. And that is something I did at the early stages of my fitness journey, is trying to create the perfect program for myself. And then slowly I realized that, there is no perfect program. There are multiple ways to go about everything. Example for me, again, handstand. I didn't do a whole bunch of wall holds. My way of learning the handstand was just kicking up, trying over and over again to falling. And then after 2 months of doing that, I eventually was able to hold it 5 seconds. That 5 seconds turned to 10, 15, 20, blah, 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 right? So just know that there are different ways to progress towards something, and that there is no right way. There is no perfect program. There are more optimal ways to go about something, but there isn't a set in stone type of way to do so. So just keep that in mind as you go throughout these years, all right? All right, those were the 6 things I learned in 6 years. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm trying to get to a decade, and I'm curious to see how these next few years will go. I've been making videos every single week for the past 5 years, documenting my progress on IG for the past 5 years. So once again, thank you guys for sticking with me. Before I go, I want to let you know that the DIY meal plan guide is out, and this is my new small nutrition course that's going to help you see results in counting calories and creating your own meal plans and all those shenanigans. So if you want to check that out, the link will be down below. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next 6 years. Peace.